Hello everyone and welcome back to the Conquest PMU. Remember to schmiddle if you twiddle and fiddle if you quididdle. Alright, so I talked to my good friend Jacob here and he gave me this thing. Too bad I don't have anyone who can use swords since my Corn is currently a Shrine Maiden. I wonder if anyone else will give me anything. When did we get that red ninja? That's weird. Alright. Alright, these guys are just improving their relationship. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Did I just walk through them? Oh, you can walk between them. Okay. But first things first, build. I'm gonna build a rod shop. Just over there. And remember, you can name the fort if you want to. Right now it's just Fort Yay. But, you know, if you have any good fort names, leave them below. And I'm going to buy a magic tonic, a speed tonic, a defense tonic, and an HP tonic. And there we go. Because I feel like Rinka is gonna be our main carry for a while until we can get some of our business sorted out, so we might as well get her on drugs. Alright. And with that, we should be good to go here. Do-do-do-do-do. Fierce winds. Alright. Going up the Eternal Stairway here, I think the plot is just going off memory, that Iago disguised some of these guys as faceless, and then we killed them, and now Fuga's like, you shouldn't have done that, mate. Don't know why I made him Australian, but, that is why we're here, I think. Shut up. Okay, let's just get some bonuses, I guess. And we don't have, I don't know when we get the people, because, like, we need, Sestuna, I think her name is, to make this one an archer. And we need, Felicia to make this one a butler. So we're gonna have to hold out on that for a while, but at least for now, we should be mostly good. We're not using a sailor at all. Like, I'm still gonna use them until I get who I'm actually using. We are gonna use Tsubaki, but I'm just gonna see if I can get my actual combat units as much experience juices into their body as possible. Oh, they're literally okay. Alright. Corn, go say hi, please. Okay, not yet. Not yet. These guys can't reach. Okay, they can, but that's whatever. Okay, one round's this guy. This is still Lunatic, by the way. So I think this is just going to be a long, arduous process of me kind of routing the enemy. So which is why I kind of... Ooh, Jesus, you kind of suck. Okay, let's just go one round this guy. Let's just go do that. Okay, let's go one round that guy. So I think this is just going to be a long process of me one-rounding the enemies with Rinka and trying to get this one some experience points. So because of that, I kind of wanted to do a bit of a conversation topic, and that topic is, what's the deepest rabbit hole you've been down? Now by rabbit hole, like, I don't mean... I really don't want your thoughts on the assassination of John F. Kennedy, right? You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to know, my audience, what's the deepest fictional rabbit hole you've been down? You know, you learn about a fictional property. And then it's like, oh, hey, this is pretty interesting, and then you're on, frickin' Wikipedia at 3 a.m. in the morning, obsessively reading about Schmidly Diddly, a character who appeared in the background for 2 seconds, but apparently is the key to all of this. You know, stuff like that. You know, for me, I'd say it's a tie between, like... Well, maybe not a tie, like, there's definitely gonna be a top 3 things for me. There's, like, Undertale, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Call of Duty Zombies. So essentially my middle school phase, well, not really, because I'm still very into Undertale and Deltarune. It's hard to be very into it because the series isn't very active, you know, like with Deltarune you get an update like once every couple of years, but like, you know, the last one we got sure was big. Sure was big, that's the key word for that. If you know, you know, but so, yeah. I think having a story like that in video games is interesting because it gives the players a lot to dig into. But on the other hand, it can be not good because it can get very stupid very fast. Right? Like, okay, so for example, right, in Five Nights at Freddy's, right, you started out small. You know, you had the murderer, and then you had, you know, the kids who were dying. Again, I don't care about your opinion on the assassination of John F. Kennedy or any other real-world events. We're talking fictional here, but, I don't know. You see, no, you started out pretty basic. Alright. Join us, question mark?
Big sister.
Alright, I think I brought some second seals. Or at least they're in the convoy, so, yep. I can get some shurikens off that... Ooh, you need a bow. I don't think I have any of those. Oh, wait, that lady has them. Okay, so I'll just take them from her. Yes, strategy obtained. Okay, apothecary. And then he'll go into, mechanist. Yeah, that's right. So now he has 15 strength, and I think that's a lot. Ooh, that's definitely more than you. And you. And has Azama just been secretly fucking buffed this whole time, and Fire Emblem Fates the video game, and I was just completely unaware of that fact? Because that'd be interesting. That would be interesting. And I'll take this. This should allow me to go ninja. And get a sweet 6 strength. And then after this chapter we can make Hannah an archer, I guess. Strength decreased by 2, so swag. Because I'll just have their friendship go up with my save editor. And I think you become a spear master. Or a spear fella, or whatever. Yep, okay. So now we've got our PMU completely on track here. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, you see the thing with rabbit holes and stories like that is that they can very, very, very quickly go off the rails in the most absurd way possible. Like, in the new FNAF mall game, the one where they're in the mall, I don't play the series anymore, I just watch Markiplier do it whenever there's a new one, because, you know, I was pretty invested in middle school, so I do like to keep up with it on some level. Okay, Witch's Brew, what's that? Obtain medicine at the end of your action in the first 7 turns, trigger equals luck stat. Okay, well, that's whatever. Yikes. Okay, we need to get Sestuna that shuriken someone over here has. Where's Kaze the ninja? Ah, right here, okay. So I'll go right here. Have you go right here. Alright, Azura. Alright, alright, alright. And what is the most interesting thing about your rabbit hole, if you have any? Because, like, okay. So, like, the pretty much main villain of Five Nights at Freddy's is this guy named Springtrap, right? Springtrap. And he has died at least like 5 times now. You know, it's like Freddy Krueger and Jason, where, okay, the movie's about them, they gotta come back no matter what. But in a series with deep lore can get stupid very quickly. Like, you see, what's good about Undertale, right, is that there's a deep rabbit hole, but you don't have to go too deep. Like, it's not absurdly deep. Like, you know, it's not all interconnected and forms one big story. Most things are, like, self-contained. Like, you know, there's the Gaster stuff, where, like, there's a 1 in, like, a million chance of his minion spawning, and, you know, that's it, that's the whole thing. But then there's also another secret where, I'm trying to remember some Undertale secrets here. Like, there's the one with Sans' secret room, that might be related to Gaster, but, you know, it's not, like, confirmed or anything. You know, and then there's just a bunch of little stuff, you know, there's Asriel, hanging out at the spawn of the game after you get the true ending. So, you know, it's just a bunch of little stuff. You know, it's not a big whole mess of bullshit. It's just a bunch of little things in Undertale. Deltarune, all of the mini hard bosses might be connected, but we'll have to see how that plays out. So I feel like, you know, Undertale for the most part, you know, You can only use bronze weapons. Sick. That's a D rank weapon right there. Alright. Trade. Get this over there, please. Alright, so I can do... I hope this guy doesn't hit me. That'd be bad. Actually, I'm gonna get guard gauge anyway. Alright, Iron Club these nuts, boy. Alright. And then... let's just get this party started. Oh, that's a clean... That is a clean 0 times 2, ladies and gents. When does she get Poison Strike? Poison Strike when? Alright. Alright, and then we got our guard, Naginata. That's not gonna be enough. Okay, well... Actually, it can be enough, because I can also attack with this gentleman. Yeah, okay, so I can attack with this gentleman. Is this around the enemy map? It is. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna be here for a while. You know, I feel like with Undertale, you know, the steps aren't too convoluted. You know, there are some things, there are some games or pieces of media, not just games, because, you know, they can also be like internet args, right? Where it's like, oh, you have to be here at this specific night, at midnight on the specific 12th of noon, but like with Undertale, it's mostly just, okay, you go here, you do the steps, you know, you save Scum against Sans 5 times, he gives you the keys, blah blah blah, go do it. You know, there are some RNG things, but I think that's mostly just tied to Gaster's minions, where they just have a 1 in 20 billion chance of showing up. And I think that's just, like, the one thing. Everything else you can just, like, find on your own if you really want to. But you see the deepest rabbit hole, I'd say. Now, I know, right, you think of Call of Duty, right? But you think of Call of Duty and you think, oh, it's just the shooting game where it's just the same game every 50 years, every, like, 2 seconds, right? You know, there's nothing special about that. And I do agree with you, you know, most of the games, I will say, are very samey. You know, I personally haven't bought one since, like, middle school. But there's the side mode, right, called Zombies, where you just shoot zombies. But it just goes so much deeper than that. Like, there are little ciphers all around the map that you solve, that you can solve. You can solve. I never solved any. I just read the Wikipedia page, but so that's kind of crazy. All right, and it's just this whole big story. All right, are you gonna dual strike me? What's your attack? Are you gonna kill me? I just have a brass Yumi. I would like to steal that from you if that's an option, but I don't think it is. All right. Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go! Okay. Luckily we have Witch Rinka here, kind of tearing butt. Taking names. Alright. And they're just like a million little ciphers, and some of them take people like years to solve, right? Like actual real-life years. And then there are, again, this is these steps I was talking about earlier where, oh, you have to shoot at the moon on exactly round 22, and then a little goblin will appear and tell you who the man behind the slaughter is. You know, it's just a bunch of bullshit like that, really. Like, it's really stupid. Like, so pretty much, okay, so this might be entertainment in of itself, me trying to describe the Call of Duty Zombies lore to you. Like, this commentary might actually be entertaining because it's so complicated. The way I describe it might make no sense to you, and I don't know if that'd be entertaining. I don't know. Holy shit. This unit sucks ass. Thank God they weren't in dual strike range. Hey, hey, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, the things you people make me do. The things I do. On YouTube.com. I'm surprised which Rinka's working out so well, considering this is the lunatic difficulty. I'm not playing on, like, easy mode. You all saw in my save screen that 3 stars, okay, so pretty much. Call of Duty Zombies, it all starts out. What the shit? Okay, you made it this far. You must be Chief Fuga, please allow me to explain. No, you must earn the right to explain. Oh my god, dude. Whoa, 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 hey. Keyboard? My right key just decided it did not Hey, you stop that. Okay. Okay. You stop that. Okay. The universe is trying to stop me from talking to my audience about some bullshit Call of Duty stuff. Game I ain't played in 10 years. Alright, so it all started in World War II when this guy named Richthofen, who is a Nazi, I know. The main character is a Nazi. It's off to a bad start, but just bear with me. Okay, an Iron Club. If only we had anyone who used axes. He meets up with this guy called Dr. Maxis, and Dr. Max is like, hey dude, wanna join my scientist team? And Richthofen's like, sure, but he's not really like sure, he secretly wants to like take it over, so then he does a scientific experiment, and he thinks he's so smart, he thinks he's the smartest guy ever. He might be, who knows, but scientist-wise at least, you know, not morals-wise, because again, he was allied with the Germans during World War II, but okay, so pretty much, and then so they go to Scientist World. It's called Group 935, right? And Maxis is like, Richthofen, you're dumb as shit. I fucking hate you. So then he's like, ooh, I'm so jealous. You know, he has a very funny way of talking is the main thing. Yeah, okay, hold on. I actually need to figure this out. Alright, that'll do that. And then this should be enough. Okay, yeah. You know, he's like, oh, I got the Zushibatchen and I handled the Schwindelbindel, you know, like stereotypical German. Pretty much all the characters talk in stereotypical accents. That's not, you know, integral to the lore, that's just how it is, but so he's like, ooh, I'll outdo Maxis. So he invents a teleporter because he wants to outdo Dr. Maxis and all of his stupid inventions. So he makes a teleporter and he tests it on himself after testing it on an acorn, okay? And so he tests the teleporter, well, it was a walnut actually, that's a small detail I remembered. And this teleporter, it teleports him to the moon, right? And on the moon, he finds a pyramid made by, shit, I forgot the species name, but like some aliens, right? Okay, so we're already going off the rails. We went from World War II to aliens. So he's like, alright, may as well touch this. So then he does. And then all of the secrets of the universe and the Illuminati are revealed to him. I'm sorry, it's just, now that I'm actually remember it, it's just very funny to actually, like, explain this to other people. Okay, and then the teleporter activates again and teleports him to a place called Shangri-La, which also might be on Mars, but that's not really relevant. Okay, and then he finally gets back to Earth, and his friend, I think, Dr. Schuster, is like, oh my god, Richthofen, what happened? And Richthofen's like, oh, I don't know. And he starts talking like especially crazy now because this teleporter was powered by this thing called like element 115, right? And this shit kind of makes you go crazy, right? Crazy. But Richthofen realizes this quickly, I think, and he's like, alright, I don't want to go crazy. So he makes himself kind of immune to its effects, right? Because he's a scientist. But turns out if you're exposed to it long enough without that happening, you turn into a zombie, yes. This is where the zombies come in. You know, he puts some more people through the ringer, just, you know, his teleporter put him on the frickin' moon the first time, so he probably wants to see what other crazy shit happens. And eventually a zombie gets made, right? So Richthofen eventually has the idea, ooh, I can use this to my advantage to finally kill that Dr. Maxis, ooh. Because remember, he and Dr. Maxis fucking hate each other. None of this is explained in the game, by the way, you know, this is why I call it a rabbit hole, right? In Call of Duty Zombies, the gameplay is you walk around an arena and you just survive. It's a survival game, right? You know, it's like, ooh, can you survive for 10 minutes? 20 minutes? But if you, like, look at the wall textures, there are ciphers and secret radios and shit all over. That's how people actually know this, right? They didn't actually start doing actual cutscenes until, like, the 4th time they did this, right? So, pretty much. And then he says, ooh, Dr. Maxis' daughter, I can teleport to an puppy. And the puppy's name is Fluffy, by the way. This isn't relevant, but it just is what it is. And then, okay. So then they teleport the puppy. And Dr. Maxis is there, and when the puppy comes back, it's a hellhound, because Richtofen knew it would turn into a zombie. So now, a hellhound is pretty much like a hell dog, right? Okay. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain what that is, but okay. So that's pretty much what happens there. And then Dr. Richtofen's like, ooh, bye-bye, Dr. Maxis. Because obviously he thinks the hellhound is going to kill him. But then it turns out Dr. Maxis gets into the teleporter with his daughter, you know, to try to escape the hellhound, and it, you know, goes apeshit again. Because then Dr. Maxis gets sent to the moon, and so does Samantha. Samantha's his daughter, by the way. His daughter is very important. And, oh, and Richtofen has established a base on the moon, by the way. You know, he teleported some workers up to the moon and was like, alright, build me my moon base. This is still World War II, by the way. Just so you all know. And then... Oh, actually, that's inaccurate. It's like, build me my moon base. So then they do, and then they're on the moon base, because that's where they teleported, right? And then I believe I already talked about this guy, Dr. Schumer, Richtofen's, you know, friend. He's like, alrighty, guy. Dr. Maxis, tell your daughter to surrender, because, you see, you know that pyramid that gave Dr. Maxis all the power of the Illuminati? Turns out, if you feed it souls, they were teleporting people up there to sacrifice to the pyramid. Crazy, I know. Turns out, as it turns out, that if you feed it 100 souls, it opens up, and then you gain control of all the zombies, and you can take over the world. So they had just gotten done doing that. And Samantha obviously panicked since her dog had just tried to, you know, eviscerate her after becoming a hell dog. She just runs around and randomly comes across it, and she runs inside, and Dr. Shim is like, oh my god, this is terrible. And they bring in Dr. Maxis, and they're like, alright, tell your daughter to get out of it. But they know, you know, they're fucked either way, right? Because Richtofen has conspired against them the whole time. I haven't gotten to the part where JFK is involved in this yet. JFK gets involved in this. I am just, like, this episode is about to end, and I'm describing the bare minimum to you. Alright, so to speed this along, Dr. Maxis says, kill them all, because he obviously wants revenge for the whole, you know, hell dog thing, right? You know, that was a very bad thing that happened to him. So then, you know, Dr. Schumer and whatever gets eaten, all the people on the moon base, and things start going very bad for Richtofen, because as soon as that happens, a bunch of zombies start trying to kill him, so he's like, oh shit, oh shit. So he wakes up 3 test subjects that had their memories erased, and he just says, hey, zombies are taking over the world. Zombies aren't taking over the world, right? It's just he's telling them this because he's in some deep shit. And he wants, you know, some help. And these are all, like, soldiers they captured during the whole World War II thing, right? So they don't know pretty much jack shit. They really don't matter. They're just his minions. They're just the comic relief in the story. So then they use his teleporter to go all around the world and capture some bullshit that will help them retake the moon base. And then it turns out the teleporter can send them through time. Eventually, right, you know how after World War II, the United States government got Nazis to pretty much make NASA for them, right? Okay, so it turns out in the future, Richtofen worked with the US government and John F. Kennedy to establish Element 115 experiments. Element 115 experiments in the United States. And, like, there's this dude called the Pentagon Thief, so pretty much, that Shangri-La place, okay. So they go to Shangri-La that might be on Mars, and they get the thing, okay, and then they go back to the moon, and then Richtofen essentially kills a bunch of space zombies and eventually trades bodies with Samantha, the little 10-year-old girl. I'm skipping a bunch of shit, by the way, because this episode's about to end, and I don't want this to be like 5 years. So then that happens, right? And then Dr. Maxis is like, well, shit, Richtofen won. But it turns out Dr. Maxis had 3 nukes on the moon the whole time, and then he nukes the Earth with 3 nukes. It blows the whole thing to shit, but here's the thing. The nukes were filled with element 115. So now there's an actual zombie apocalypse. At first, you know, it was just Samantha controlling all the zombies with the evil alien pyramid with the Illuminati secrets to try. Richtofen's a member of the Illuminati, by the way. I don't know if I've said this yet, but... I can talk about this for at least 2 more hours. Eventually, it turns out God, ladies and gentlemen, contacts Richtofen. Richtofen from another universe. I just skipped like 2 hours worth of shit, but eventually God hires another universe Richtofen from a parallel universe to assassinate himself, and then eventually they fight God, but the Richtofen from another universe isn't a Nazi, because he was in World War I, so he was fighting for the Germans in World War I, and him and Maxis were actually friends in that universe. Okay, I feel like I have to stop now, but you can watch videos on this for hours and hours and hours, and I did in middle and like early high school, so that's what I mean by rabbit holes. You just gotta take the information plunge and be reading stupid Wikipedia articles at 3 a.m. Sorry to go on that long tangent, but I felt like that gameplay wasn't very interesting, so I needed to spice it up. If you want me to continue elaborating on the lore TM, I guess leave a comment saying you want me to. And I don't know, it's the deepest rabbit hole you've ever climbed down. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, so remember to pick up where we left off, alright? So Dr. Maxis nuked the Earth. That's where this guy called Stuhlinger gets involved, but that's another story. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.